Hey, welcome to edsguitarlessons.com. How you doing? Hey, I want to show a device that will help musicians to be able to access music on stage without having to take a binder, a folder, a music stand where you're flipping pages dropping all over the floor. If you've performed live, you know what I'm talking about. So this is the device here. I'm going to connect my mini iPad to it. It slides right down into it. Turn it on. You can see it there. Hopefully, if the camera's right. What's cool about it is the fact that you can buy this program called Forscore right there, and have music. Zoom in on that. You know, that you can see on stage, and you can turn pages. Of course, by hand if you just have the mini iPad and Forscore, but if you have this simple device, you're able to turn it on. It finds it, okay, and use this to turn your pages. Okay, I'm just pressing on it with my thumb, and you can see the pages turning back and forth. Okay, and the system is basically set up on an iPad mini. Okay, you can get all this stuff on Android, and all the stuff that we're going to talk today can be done on an Android, but I'm doing it on an iPad, and I'm not used to Apple at all. This is probably my first Apple device that I'm utilizing. Anyway, so my terminology might not be that great. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple of things. One of them is this device here. You can get this from Airturn, A-I-R-T-U-R-N. It's a package deal where they sell you this device, which is a Bluetooth device, and then they sell you these two pedals that slide together so that you can advance pages on your mini iPad. Okay, and in my application, I'm going to do it with music. Okay, so that way I can turn pages on a set list of songs so that I don't have to worry about folders or binders or a music stand that's cluttered, but it's already set up on an iPad. Okay, what we need here is you first have to make sure you have a Dropbox account. It's one of those cloud things that it's a place to store large files or files remotely so that you can access them. And then once you have that, then we can get things started here. So make sure you got a Dropbox account or an iCloud account, because that's where that's going to be the intermediary that gets us into our mini iPad. So I get my files offline from a church website. We're able to get them there, and then they come in PDF format. Okay, the Forscore program is able to accept different types of documents, whether they're PDF. I'm pretty sure they do Word, but it has this cool feature where you can take pictures of a particular piece of music, because maybe it's an old piece of music that you had under your piano or in a book, and there's no other place to get it. It's just in this book. So you can take a picture, a photo of that document, and Forscore will accept that as a document that you can manipulate like you would a PDF. So that is kind of cool and a great idea. And but in my case, and in many people's case, you already got music, in your computer, whether it's been scanned in or it's a PDF. In my case, it's a PDF. I've already done this, so a lot of it will look a little differently when you're doing it, because this stuff is already in my Dropbox. So I put those 5 songs that we're going to be playing in next week, actually, in a folder, and I do call it Dropbox just as more of a mental reminder of where this stuff is. That's on my desktop, and I think you need to make if you don't have one, you need to make a folder in a place where you know where to get these files. So once I have them loaded in there, then I go on the internet. I go to the place where I have my Dropbox account. I should already be logged in and be able to access the things that are in the Dropbox. That's a remote location. It's not actually on your computer, stored on your computer. It's up in the clouds. So it's a very useful site, okay, for things like this. So we see up here at the top we have some folders going across. You have files and different things you can do on the left side, and then you have the actual folders in the middle, okay, or the songs or whatever documents you have in the middle. Now if I want to add a folder, because I'm in my case I'm downloading songs that I'm going to play next week, so I already made a folder. So but if you don't have a folder, then you would go here and you say new folder right there. You click on it, window pops up, and you type in the name of that new folder. So then once you get on that folder, which that's it, it's you're going to pretend there's nothing here right now. So you want to add stuff to this folder. We're already in it. Okay, you can see. So we're going to upload, and if I hit upload, it says you're going to choose some files that you want to upload. And now I'm looking at my computer on my desktop. I'll go back out. So I'm going to look on my desktop for that folder where I saved my my documents, and it was Dropbox. Here's the 5 songs. I would highlight them just like you would anything else. Hit the shift button and arrow keys and make them all turn blue, okay? And then you would say open, okay? And as soon as you say that, then they're going to pop up in here, okay? They're going to migrate over into your Dropbox, okay? And so that's how you get them into the Dropbox, up in the cloud, up in the sky, okay, is by that simple methodology. And you can make as many folders as you want, and you can upload different files for different applications and so on. And so there's another way, but Forscore seems to work well with this particular system, using either the iCloud or the Dropbox system to get our files over there. So that's basically how you do it. That's how you get files into Dropbox. And then the next video is going to show you, once they're in there, what do we do? How do we get them to load up and so forth? So stay tuned. So the next thing we want to do is get these files that we loaded, which are songs, into the iPad. They're in the Dropbox still. They're showing in the Dropbox. So we let's back out so you can kind of see. You're in the Forscore application. Hit the middle of the screen. Hit that folder again up at the upper right. Go to Services. Then your newly downloaded files that are in Dropbox show up. And when this screen shows up, we want to hit Edit, and then I would select All, which is this arrow here. I don't know. So this pops up. There's an arrow button. We're editing, and there's circles over here to check. You can do them individually. This checks them all at once, so they're all selected. And then there's a cloud with the arrow going down. And so that's telling me this stuff is still up in the cloud, and I want it to come down into my mini iPad here. And so I hit that, and I've already done it once, so I don't need to do it again. So it would normally just say yes, and then you would say yes to, or do you want to do this? And then it pulls them in. But I'm going to skip it since I've already done this. In fact, so it's asking me for each individual file. So that would be redundant if you hadn't already done it, but I already did it. So now it's inside my mini iPad, okay? And I say done. And now when I come over here, so now when I come over here to the flat sign symbol, musical symbol, it's the farthest symbol to the left, and touch it. That, of course, bring this down. it shows me my composers, all my composers of all my songs that are presently in my iPad. And here's the new ones right here, okay? Those are the 5 new songs that are now in here. They're no longer on the cloud. And they have arrow buttons next to each one of them, okay? And I can bring them up that way, okay, you know, individually that way. I want to edit or do something with them. They're in here, but they're not in a folder yet, and they're not really organized. I can hit edit, and these are the 5 new songs, and I want to make sure that they're in a folder that I can access and not have to search for these things, but they're going to be in a folder. And so I highlighted them. I'm doing this on the fly, by the way, and I haven't done this in 2 months, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. So I got them highlighted, and it gives me the options to reset, delete if I wanted to, edit, fetch, share, or merge. Let's merge them. Save as. So I'm going to merging is basically is putting them all in one folder, one file, so that they show up in order there. Okay, you know, as a group. So I'm just going to put January 29th here. I pretty much know that that's the day that I'm going to, and it's merging all of them. Delete the original files. Do I want to keep the individual files, or do I want to keep these merged? I'm going to go ahead and delete them just for confusion's sake. So now with that new January 29th, here's all my songs in order. They were merged together. They're not in order yet, the order that we're playing them, but they're in my mini iPad. Okay, now that we have all of these songs for January 29th in one folder in a set list called January 29th, you can see it here. I accidentally made 2, but this pulls it up, so there's all my songs, but they're not in order. Okay. Okay, so what do I do to put these in order? You basically, again, hit the middle of the screen, get your access to your drop down menu, and then it says rearrange. Rearrange, 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th one down from the top. So you hit rearrange, and there's all 10 of the, well, there's 5 songs here, but 2 pages each, so there's 10. And so then I can rearrange the songs however I want, okay? You know, I can move them around. So 7 and 8 should be number 1. So 7 and 8. So they're going to show up first. The next song is Here's My Heart. That happens to be in order. That's actually 1 and 2. Jesus is the next song. And so that's 5 and 6 will be next. 5 and 6. So there's 2. There's Jesus. After Jesus is Resurrecting, which is here. So I'm just going to, that's 9 and 10. So 9 and 10. And then the last one's Cornerstone. So that's the correct order that the songs will be played. So as I scroll through, it's going to go through this song, and so on, in sequence and in order. So that's how you rearrange your documents, and then put save. And it's going to overwrite, saying this. If you want to save it, of course you can change it later, but say, yeah, I want to overwrite, and that's how I want to rearrange. So there's my first song, Only King Forever. 2 pages. Here is My Heart. Jesus, Resurrecting, and then Cornerstone. And that is the exact order that we're going to be playing them, unless they change it at the last minute. Sorry. But that could happen. So anyway, and what you see me doing here with my fingers, and I'll demonstrate it here in a second, is basically by changing pages, I could do with that device that it has 2 pedals connected together, 2 Boss FS5U pedals that connect together here. And then the device itself, that's a Bluetooth device, okay, that works in conjunction. You can either use it manually with your fingers, or when you connect these two, this is up and down scrolling. Page up, page down. In fact, it'll probably work now. No, I haven't hooked it up. I haven't turned it. Well, let me turn it on. Just to show you how easy it does connect. Because I already set it up, it should connect automatically. Okay. So there it is. I'm pressing the button with my thumb and scrolling the pages via Bluetooth. So that's the benefit of having this. Is I can turn pages, it's no clutter, and I can do it with the tap of my foot just to get the thing to change pages for me. I am going to make these bigger so the letters are bigger, like something like that. I don't need the title or the key, I already know that. So I'll change it, and there's a drop down menu to resize it, and so it optimizes it to the largest picture possible. Is what it does. Go ahead and try to get this done here, where you can make yellow lines where I get on that button, annotate. I got it connected to yellow. I can highlight things. Okay, whatever I want to highlight. You can write text in. Okay, but you can't do some of those, and I think text is one. Text, but you can't do it while the foot pedal's connected. Bluetooth, this pedal. So if you're trying it and you say, hey, this feature don't work, it's probably because your Bluetooth is on. I don't know why, but it interferes with some of the programming of that. So make sure your Bluetooth is turned off in editing mode, because it won't allow you to do certain features. Just thought I'd mention that. Save them in folders so you're more organized. You have set lists, and they're there for your viewing pleasure. So thanks for watching edsguitarlessons.com. I hope this was helpful. God bless, and have a great and happy new year.